Welcome to MMO Grinder Sidequest, where I take a look at early open or closed betas, subscription trials, and simpler titles, giving you a quick first impression. Today I'll be looking at... you know what? No, those kind of things are definitely not what I'm looking at today. This is something different altogether. Quick recap, back in October of 2015 I went out to Wisconsin Dells for the first time in like 20 years and found something interesting. Well, there was something else that I had done similar to this in other places, and I'll be getting to that eventually. I decided to check this one out first. So we're going to look at something that exists within the real world using fantasy tropes to create a different kind of interactive experience. I'm not going to be able to just talk about graphics or communities in here, so I might as well just try to explain this the best I can. Let's look at Wizard Quest. Fair warning about this footage, the place was pretty darkly lit and the recording device I was using, a pair of sunglasses called pivot heads, don't have the best low light correction or autofocus in low light situations, so I apologize if this gets a bit hard to see at times. And yeah, I know, Wizard Quest. If this was a video game, it'd be the most generic title since Royal Quest. In fact, I think it's actually a mobile title, but that's not too surprising. But then again, when your building is on the side road of a tourist trap town, you kinda need to spell out what your deal is right away. So what this basically is an interactive fantasy scavenger hunt and trivia game. Once you pay the entrance fee, you have 90 minutes to perform your ultimate task of finding the 4 wizards of the realm and freeing them using glimmers, a point currency earned by answering a sheet of trivia questions. A literal sheet. You then answer those questions by scanning a barcode on that sheet into a computer to type in the answers on a touchscreen. Super high fantasy stuff. These questions aren't common knowledge or even fantasy lore though, more like self-contained universe stuff. The only way you'll be able to answer these clues is by searching around the area looking for various placards, decorations, and searching for the answers to your very specific set of questions. Answer enough questions, gather enough glimmers, and free all the wizards to win the game. As well as a discount coupon to a few gift shops in the area. Guess that's something for the parents. If you fail to find all 4 within the 90-minute time limit, you'll be unable to scan your sheet anymore and have to try again with another entrance fee. As simplistic as this sounds, there's a lot to the execution that makes this really intriguing. For the most part, this fantasy world is a bit of a playground. There's slides, secret passages, tunnels, hidden doors, and all sorts of things that'll have kids crawling to explore all over the place, and an out-of-shape 35-year-old's knees wincing in agony while feeling absurdly claustrophobic. But there's something really cool about it, too. A set of doorways in one area all seem to lead to bricked-up walls or tiny alcoves, save for one that has small tunnel climb that led to a small area containing 2 clues that I'd have no other way of reaching, complete with an exit slide. A ball pit in the fire domain concealed a tunnel leading to an area that previously only looked like a background decoration. Despite the fact that nothing in this game really moves around, and many of the clues are statues behind glass and explained with placards, it still helps make everything feel like a living world. A living world with plastic playground slides and ball pits, but you know, have some imagination. You can't really just blindly guess away at the questions either, as each trip to a computer terminal takes away a few glimmers, so you'll have to be sure you answer as many as you can within the time limit and make sure that what you earn is worth it. This is easier said than done, as the computers are very specific to what they want you to write. All too often I'd think a question's answer was way more complicated than it was. I'd noticed the reflected name of a lobster creature for the answer to one question, and tried to enter his name, Barnabas. Turned out they just wanted lobster. One question asked what a character was holding, and my fantasy-focused mind entered things like golden orb, gold sphere, and gold globe. What they specifically accepted was merely ball. Other issues in a similar vein came up as well, like when I tried entering the answer seahorse as one word, like 95% of the planet spells it, but their computer would only accept sea-horse with a space. This applied to more than a few compound words. One question's answer was sulfur, but only accepted the most common misspelling of that word. It can be frustrating because it causes you to doubt your answer or whether or not you're on the right track when it's really just wanting a specific version. Adding in multiple acceptable options would fix this quite nicely. Once you understand where everything is and what you're supposed to be doing, you can clear it out pretty fast. And knowing this, the game changes up the questions every day of the week and offers multiple difficulty levels for players of all ages, with easy just having you to merely find the wizard to free them, normal working the way I just described, and hard giving you less clues and far fewer glimmers to start with. Of course, even the seemingly simple task of finding the wizard, who are represented on small monitors that you have to scan into to free, isn't as simple as it sounds, and one in particular is hidden in a ridiculously tricky manner. It helps to watch others around you to see what they're doing and where they go, bringing in the closest to a community aspect that I can talk about. It can be kind of fun asking others if they have ideas on where to go or if they've found other clues, and even the staff will help you out at times. The company claims its focus is geared more towards teens and adults, but it definitely seems more focused on the younger side of that crowd. But as long as you're nerdy enough to enjoy something like this, it can be a pretty fun time. I went 2 separate days and only managed to free every wizard on the second visit. It kinda helps knowing where a lot of the stuff is. Wizard Quest is the only location of this manor in the world right now and can be found in Wisconsin Dells, making it a pretty decent option during the water park's off-season. This has been an MMO Grinder side quest, and my time is up. But there's just one more place I want to stop by.